Nice. We're gonna learn Morse code again. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Oh no. I'm. Everything's going bad. Everything, shut up. I'm gonna spend more time figuring out how to do YouTube than to actually learn Morse code. Go away. Cool. So I'm completely washed out. Let me fix that. Beautiful. If only I had umpteen dollars of money to buy a better camera. Oh well. Okay, let's do it. So we left off on lesson 4 because I skipped ahead because I was doing pretty good because I've done the first like 5 lessons or so pretty nonstop for a long time. And also, hello on YouTube. Finally got that sort of working. I still don't have like a good workflow, but at least it's streaming to YouTube. To the 3 people there. All right. So let's go to lessons. And I'm going to just redo the last lesson. And notice I have made it gigantic. Let me make me smaller so that the screen is actually readable for all of the everyone else playing at home. So we added E, and I'm going to actually make the lesson duration 1 minute. It sounds funner. What's up, Craig? Thanks for tuning in. Let's learn Morse code. Miss a space. Justin, you messed me up. So these lessons go by a lot quicker. Hi, Justin. My wife has tuned in on YouTube. Welcome to Learning Morse Code. I'm sure you would much rather watch this than watch The Bachelor or football, which is both happening concurrently. So I missed a space in this one somewhere, and it says it's not the correct number of groups. So either I can check result or I can put a space there and check result. What happens if I just check result? It gets really mad. Wait. How did I get 90% better, but I have all of these red? What? Oh, that's obviously because I screwed up there. So, do it again. Check. Woohoo! All right. What if I wanted to get really fast? I'm going to change the CW settings to 30. Just for fun. This actually probably won't be that much harder for me because I'm familiar with these 5 characters, but if I did this, ain't no way. Although one thing I have a question of is like, how do I increase my speed once I learn all these things, all the characters? When do I, like, how do I increase my speed in learning this? Like, I guess it's Morse machine, or we'll get to it when we come to it, right? All right, so let's go to lesson 5. S. S is the first part of SOS, which is da da da. I'm not supposed to know that because we haven't done O yet. Sorry. Oops. All right, let's do this a couple times. Woohoo! I thought I was doing a lot worse than that. I feel like I missed more. What's Levenstein? Oh, what? What did I just click? Levenstein errors. So, like, I clicked Levenstein errors is 2. 1, 2. So it's 4.1 errors, but, like, there's math here. On the next episode of Learn Morse Code, we're going to learn Levenstein distance. No, we're not. Lesson 6. N. This one is easy for me because it's the first letter of my call sign. N. It's like a heartbeat. Let's do it. A few at the end. Oh, I had worse than 90%. That's our first time. Let's do it over again. I didn't even actually notice where I screwed up, so eh. Kern. And we did it. Oh, well, it was Mern, not Kern. Got it. All right. Wow, we're doing so good, guys. Hey, girls. Hey, girl. Well, maybe not, because she probably left and there's only 2 people watching now. C'est la vie. I'm not here for you. I'm here for me. That rhymed. A is the palindrome of N. Da 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 da. Okay. Easy. Easy. Oh crap! Not easy. Why is it faster now? It feels faster. Because of all these E's. I just totally guessed the last one. So I say I totally guessed the last one, but a lot of times when I notice that I'm doing CW, if I'm on a good train of thought, I'll notice that I'll have a buffer of like words, of letters, like, and just like in when I do more voice contesting, single sideband contesting, I'll have like a buffer of what that person's call sign is in my head, so that I'll start saying things, and then when I say that first thing, that first letter, it's kind of weird. I won't be able to remember it. I won't be able to say, who is that call sign? Or somebody won't be able to ask me, said, who is that call sign? I'll be like, ugh. But if I'm like in the zone and I'm just thinking and I say the first character, it just all flows naturally. And I get pretty few errors from doing that. So it's pretty fun. Thank you. 2 Echo 0 Uniform Kilo Hotel Digital Analog Cam. I think I've seen some of your videos. I appreciate it. I hope you're right that it's a brilliant idea, but it's like incredibly boring to watch somebody learn Morse code, especially when I was doing these 2-minute ones, because it's like you're listening to the person just figure it out. But like hopefully this little interspersed tidbits of information and aha moments are helpful and a little more less than not entertaining, a little more entertaining than not. So all right. LCWO said I passed that, so let's add P. Oh, God. So I've never gone this far. Honestly, I think I have, yeah, you're right. I do need somebody to motivate. And it's part of the reason why I'm having this live stream, so I can have people kind of show up and be like, good job. Oh, you're here today again. And especially when it's like, when I'm not here, I like forget to stream, or I'm like, if something else going on that I haven't like already said before, like, oh, I'm taking this day off because of the Super Bowl. Somebody will tweet me and say, hey, why aren't you streaming today? Why aren't you learning Morse code today? It's not, I'm going to correlate the word streaming to learning Morse code because it's going to help me help others help me be accountable to learn this stupid language once and for all. So P, dit. This will be fun. This one already. Okay. R. K. E. P. There it is. And I'm distracting myself. S. P. Not bad. It's not fair because there was only 2 P's in that whole thing, or 3, 4. I feel like there should be more. And I'm just barely better than 90. 6.8%. You may want to try the next lesson. I think not. I want to learn more P's. Okay. N. S? No. There it is. I'm behind. Okay. N. No, S. U. Don't let the chat distract me. Done. Start over. Thanks. Just kidding. I do. I should minimize the screen. Oh, crap. I didn't even get distracted that time. I'm out of my flow. Oof. At some point I got back on. Like, you'll see that it thinks I messed all of these up because this should have been blank and then moved down here, and then this moved down here. Like, basically starting from here should have been connected with those, but I didn't put enough spaces. What you could do is, oops, I missed it, and then, but you have to not have like blank space. You have to have like, you know, actual, like, each that makes up 5 spaces. But if I have, and if there's 5 total character groups in the whole practice, I want to make sure that there's 5 character groups in that. So I think that answers that question. So if I forget one or miss one or lose my train of thought, I just hit gibberish and then spacebar, and then I'll go into the next. It'll perceive that into the next character group, I guess. So, but I'll call that a fail, and we'll learn P some more, like I said we should. Boo. So that first practice was a total fluke. I'm actually pretty struggling. So after getting distracted, I'm pretty decent at sending at as long as I have, like, if I'm reading off of text or something that I've written down, I can send it pretty quickly, like 25 words a minute, with a fair amount of space between them. But receiving is clearly the neural network has not been formed for that. When I was first into ham radio, like in 2007 and such, you can see my old YouTube videos. I was really into CW, but I would only do DXing and contesting for like people who were or stations that were really wanted, and so it's like I knew exactly what they were going to tell me, what they were going to send me, and I knew exactly what I was going to send them, so I didn't really have to do much mental math when it came to on the fly CW. I also use decoders a lot as a crutch, and now I'm trying to get away from that. So I can send, well, as far as I know, I can send pretty good, but like I haven't really sat down and sent and receive. I've only been able to send, and you always have to have both, unless you're like a Russian high-speed telegrapher competitor, which is a thing over there in like not just Russia, but like lots of parts of Europe. Kids, younger people, like will get into high-speed telegraphy and send 60, 70, 80 words per minute. It just sounds like a bloody like radio teletype with the speed that these people can send Morse code. That I don't know how it's done. And people in America as well, like K1ZZ, Dave Sumner, the former ARRL CEO, he can send at 60 words per minute easy. He can hold a conversation while he's sending at 60 words a minute. It's nuts. And I've seen him do it, and he'll do it after, partying all night at the DX Super Suite. And it's just like, I look up to those kinds of folk who can do that. Maybe that'll be me someday. So let's do a few more of these, and it'll have been already 30 minutes. PPP. Crap, what was that? No bueno. I missed a few. Slower is painful. Faster turns into white noise. Will probably change over time. You're right. In my first video, I explained why you want to start off at a fast rate of speed, like a fast dot speed, but a long actual character speed is so that you can learn Morse code off the bat, those characters at that speed, and then you don't have to worry about speeding up the actual characters. You just have to worry about shrinking the amount of time between the characters, which apparently, according to the Koch method, is a lot easier than trying to speed up what you've already learned at a certain speed. Which also, I mean, if I want to do 30 words per minute, I wonder how that really plays in and to effect. So, yeah. All right, I'm gonna pass this one and we'll call it done. thought I was done. Woohoo! That time I really focused. I'm really screwing up the N's and the A's, surprisingly, or not surprisingly. Really, as in, what you can't see on this screen is the time it took me to actually type that letter. I wish it would show that, like, it'll sync and then boom, it'll start recording a time, and then it'll say, like, give you a graph of like what kind of time it took you to do that. In Morse machine, I've used that before. It's like you can just like go. What is it? How do we do it? And it's like it'll wait for you. So like I'll play this for a minute, and it won't go on until you actually type it. So nope. What was it? Now imagine if what I'm seeing here is also like how long it took me to do each of the characters, like say like a table on the right side that says like K is 2 seconds delayed, M is 1.5 seconds delayed. That would be kind of cool to see. And then you can chart that over time to see how much faster you're getting. I wonder if anybody does that. There are a lot of other CW methods or CW software, learning software that you can use. At least dozens of them over the course of like computing history. There's been them since DOS, but LCWO is probably my favorite just because it's online. I can do it anywhere. There's a few apps like Morse Toad, which is on iPhones. That's like a game, but it just has you learn the characters in a Coke method. There's also a few really bad ones that teach you, hey, here's how you learn it with like, I don't know, this kind of thing, you know, with a chart or with these like silly decoder rings. Like never, ever use these, especially like I see these all the time. This is really small. How do I get out of here? This one. This is just stupid. Like, why would you think an A is... Like, what about the slash or like a B? Okay, I kind of get that. Or like a C. Like, you don't... It doesn't make sense. E. Come on. Look at this. E. Like, well, I lost it. The letter E does not look like a dit. Q. Why? Okay, why? But yeah, just don't. It makes no sense, but people are like, here's how you learn Morse code. And then you realize, what does the U look like again? It's 2 dots on the top and then a dash. Oh, yeah, it's that. But then it looks like a V, and you'll mess yourself up very easily. So never, ever use charts. If you're a kid and you want to know how to send secret messages to your friend, these are great, but we're not children anymore. And to be honest, it was probably a lot of people learn Morse code in this way. But I think the people who learn it the fastest have learned it with like as a new language, as audio and not as this visual thing, because it's a totally different part of your brain. Somebody told me it's like it uses the language section of your brain when you use Morse code as if you learned it correctly. If you use this, you're using the visual cortex, meaning which doesn't have a direct link or a closer language link or closely intertied language link. It's more like a barrier. It's more like you're reading it and then transcribing it versus thinking of the phonemes and that sort of thing to actually produce language. This is like, getting you to think in a mnemonic sense or a visual sense, and it's no bueno to bring it to your actual capability. Because, you're eventually hearing it as audio at the end of the day. And so you want to be able to hear or want to be able to know exactly what that sound is, not what it looks like. So that's why I don't really understand why these are helpful. I mean, they can be helpful in the short term. It's like, and I'll probably ruin anybody out there listening. I learned the letter L as a light is lit. A light is lit. Da 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 da. And so now every time I hear L, I'm like, I think a light is lit. And that's a processing time rather than just instantly kind of having a ingrained reaction to know that L is da 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 or Z is da 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 da, etc., etc. So, okay, that's enough learning Morse code for today. Thank you, Temporary Offline, for hanging around and chatting with me. Morse machine. I want to use that, I think. I think there's one that you pay for. Oh yeah, Morse machine. It's like it's the same thing that the one on LCWO has. I think it might actually work though. The one I noticed in LCWO never adds a new character. Excuse me, but I haven't used it in a long time. But it does have your history from your previous lessons. So let's check out my statistics now. Oh yeah. Blech. And then we're back up. Okay, so Morse machine on Android. Well, I have an iPhone, but actually I have an Android tablet. I ought to try these things out. I might do a review of all these things if I have the time of review of different ways to learn Morse code. I'm sure somebody on YouTube already has, but why not another silly guy? All right, 73, everyone, especially Temporary Offline. Thanks for watching, and I'll learn Morse code with you tomorrow. See ya.